Hi guys, welcome to Aion's newest patch 3.0, The Path of the Brawler. This video is developed around the official patch notes and will take you through the major changes, giving you an insight of what to expect. I will leave the details out for you to read in the patch notes document when they are published, but for the moment let's dive in. Enjoy! So, the new class, Martial Artist, can now change to Brawler class through special campaigns. The Brawler is specialized in melee combat, using dragon claws and leather armor. When you create a Martial Artist, you start in Lacrima, the initial area, and then you continue your development in the manner of Illumination. Only Martial Artists and Brawlers can enter Lacrima and the manner of Illumination area and instance. Afeta Beluslan has been replaced with a new map called Lavsaran. On their triumphant approach to Tiamaranta, the Elysian and Asmodean fleet fell into the gravitation trap laid in the clouds by Tiamat. They only barely managed to avoid crashing and land in the strange and barren region of Lavsaran. This place was once ruled by the Brawler Lord Apsu, but the fifth Dragon Lord Tiamat was able to wrest control of the region and now dominates using her powers over gravitation, petrification and acid. The same portal you used to take to go to Afeta takes you to the new map. The character level cap has been increased to 60, but you can still access the new map at level 56 and start a new campaign to level up. Same as in Afeta Beluslan, this map, Lasfaran, has garrison battles. When you capture a garrison and receive daily quests, you can choose between two group quests. Also, the garrison number 7 and 9 give you weekly quests. The first raid is against Subterra and starts in Subterran Heaven in Lavsaran at 11 PM on Saturdays. Don't worry if you don't remember all the events. I have created a timetable I'm going to post it at the end of the video so you can screenshot it and have it for future reference. Players near the Subterran Heaven at the beginning of the raid will be teleported to an area outside the raid. The remaining time is displayed on the map once the raid starts, and the faction which defeats the world boss wins. Subterra drops a lot of goodies, but also we have mail rewards accordingly to the contribution and is ranked the same as Aion Velator raids. You can see a list of possible rewards here for victory. And for the faction which wasn't successful in killing Subterra, there are still participation rewards and you can see the possible rewards here. The second raid boss, which takes place in Lavsaran, is Dyad, and it starts in the occupied Tiamat Legion Fortress at 10:30 PM every last Friday of the month. The faction which defeats the world boss wins. We will receive a reward in accordance with our performance, and you can see the possible rewards here. Another interesting event is the Dyad Stormtroopers Ambush. It takes place near the Soul Spirit Plain at 7 PM every Saturday. The Dyad Stormtroopers mobs will spawn and you'll have to defeat at least 20 of them in order to trigger the Dyad Stormtrooper Captain, which will spawn in a certain location on the Soul Spirit Plain. When you defeat the Stormtrooper Captain Varitor, you will receive these rewards. PvP zones, or lawless zones as we like to call them, have been added. These are areas in which you can enjoy PvP against your own faction, as well as fighting with the opposing faction players. There are 7 zones across the map and have a specific PvP symbol. Entering the PvP zone in Lavsaran hides characters' info as well as deactivating stealth skills. If you enter as a group or alliance member, character infos remain visible. Treasure chests will appear in the lawless zone in Lavsaran with a random spawn. Looting these boxes give you Kina, random skill book, gliding skill book page and painting fragments. Another interesting new feature is the Monster Summoning Scroll. These drop from name mobs in Lavsaran and they are graded Green Superior, Blue Heroic, Fabled Gold and Eternal Orange. Obviously, the higher the grade, the better rewards drop from these mobs, but also the stronger and more HP the mob has. Here I tested all 4 of them and you can see the rewards, which are pretty good, at least from the Eternal and Fabled Scroll. You can only use these scrolls in a PvP zone and more specific in the one close to the Tiamat Fortress. Another interesting feature has been added, treasure hunt. Throughout the Lasferan field, there are specific objects in form of trees, rocks or grain sacks. Like in the image below, they stick out of their surroundings environment and can be targeted. Interacting with these will spawn a Draken treasure hunter, and when defeating it, can drop Balik materials and skill books page level 60. Apart from the Aion battles on Friday, the new patch brings us 2 new World Raid bosses to Ingisen and Geltmaros. Zantra, the boss in Ingisen, and Nuzanta, the boss in Geltmaros, they spawn in the same time. The raid starts at the respective faction bases at 9:30 PM on Fridays. The faction which defeats the world boss wins, and we will receive a reward in accordance with our performance. We'll receive a mail, and the rewards can be at random Fabled Serenity weapons and level 60 Subterran armor. There are 2 sieges in Afeta Beluslan on Wednesday and Sunday at 10 PM, and one for Ingisen and Geltmaros Saturday at 10 PM. Near the time for the Afeta siege, a rift spawns in Lasferan's ship, which takes you to Afeta for the siege. The only time you can access Afeta Beluslan is during this siege. The HP of the docks and certain monsters and objects in the Afeta Beluslan fortress have been reduced. The spawn time for monsters which appear at the Guardian General's Illusion Gate in the fortress battle in Afeta Beluslan has been reduced as well. The world drop in Afeta Beluslan has been removed along with the map and moved to Lasferan. During your killing spree throughout Lasferan, you have a chance, a slim one, to loot from various mobs these items. Also, named mobs can drop the new Stigma stones as well. Vindachinerk, the NPC from the Cube expansion quest sequence, has been moved to Lasferan from Afeta Beluslan. These are the 2 locations where you can find it. A good change is that the Relic Exchange NPC now is in 2 locations in Lasferan, where you can exchange all your relics in one place. The 2 NPCs are marked on the map with a star, and both exchange all your relics in one go. A new solo instance has been added, the Tower of Illusion. The instance can be entered 3 times per week via a rift in Caesinel Academy in Sanctum for Helios and Marjutan Priors for Asmodeans in Pandemonium. On each level, there is another opponent to beat to progress in the instance. You receive a reward bundle for each successful completed level. The bundle contains one of many different items like enchantment stones, mana stones, forgotten memory fragments, legion quality marks, painting fragments, Balik materials and consumables, in addition to Kina, Stigma shards and power shards. The 4 major instances, Feistus Disc, Wall of Lament, Tellus, Sunken Tellus and Tartarus, they all 4 have their entry rift on the ship. They do not require entry fragment anymore. 3 of them, Tartarus, Sunken Tellus and Feistus Disc, are 1 entry per week, while Wall of Lament has 1 entry per day. Each class gets 3 new skills. 2 are coming from the skill books and 1 from the new Stigma skill. As a general term, you can buy the skills books with agate fighting spirit stones from the NPCs in Ingisen and Geltmaros. You need 390 stones for both, or 195 for 1 box. They can drop from treasure boxes in PvP zones. From treasure hunt boxes you get pages also from various raids and mobs in Lasferan, and can combine the pages for a full skill book. Stigma skill drops also from named mobs in Lasferan. For clerics particularly, we get 2 new DPS skills, Aerosnare and Flashbolt, and a buff skill from the Stigma. Aerosnare is a chain skill of Storms of Aion. It's a dot skill and also reduces the movement speed of the target. Has a relatively short cooldown of 30 seconds. Flashbolt is a chain skill of Smite and Punishing Earth and has a short cooldown of 10 seconds. Stigma, Prayer of Destruction, which is a buff, helps in DPS, giving you 200 magic accuracy and magic boost plus critic spell 50 for 20 seconds and has 2 minutes cooldown. and also reduces the casting time for the magic skills by 10 seconds, which is quite good. The level of some of the Abyss Stigma has increased. You can acquire the higher level Stigmas from the Abyss NPC merchant. These are the highest level Stigmas here, and you need a total of 973,800 AP to purchase them. With that being said, with the new patch, a new greater Stigma slot has opened. Completing the Stigma campaign, which starts in Ingisen and Gelgmaros at level 55, this campaign requires you to kill specific mobs and collect quests item in order to finish the quest. Once completed, the slot is available to use. Also, in Sanctum and Pandemonium, you can get a new quest from this NPC from level 50 and level 55, and you can get a greater Stigma in return. In this patch, we are introduced to the new system, the Lord's Arrival. We have in this patch particularly, we have Lady Lumiel's Arrival. So practically you have to collect Lumiel's relics, charge them with their power, and obtain a special appearance transformation. There are chances to obtain Lumiel's relics from collecting Lumiel painting fragments, or you have a list here with all the other places where you can loot the relics. As I said, there are 4 Lumiel's relic in total: earrings, rings, crowns and necklace. Combine them to receive Lumiel's Apostle. There's a small chance when you combine them to get a Lumiel's glory chest, where you can find apart from the Apostle Lady Lumiel appearance transformation as well. If it happens to have a second Lumiel's Apostle, you can exchange it in Ingisen and Gelgmaros to these NPCs, and you can receive in return Lumiel's chest, where you can find the ring, earring or necklace. With the new patch, we have a new fabled Godstone, which is called Andres Binding. It has a 5% chance to bind the target for 6 seconds. There's a chance that you might get this Godstone from the Greater Godstone bundle, which drops when you defeat the World Raid boss Arced Dyad. The Manstone Socketing system has been changed. If socketing a mana stone fails, the previous socketed stones will no longer be destroyed, which is a good thing. The chance of socketing each level of mana stone has been adjusted accordingly, so the chance is pretty low. The numbers of Manstone Socketing aid has been changed as well, as you can see in the image below, and also the duration of socketing a mana stone has been reduced, meaning you can fail more mana stone quicker. A new PvP gear and accessory set has been introduced. You can exchange this, you can acquire these sets in exchange for new Mithril medals and Abyss points in Ingisen, respectively Gelgmaros. We receive Mithril medals from sieges, dailies and weeklies, garrisons quests in Lapsran and so on. There's a new stat which applies to this new PvP gear and accessory called Magic Suppression and helps in reducing the damage you take from magic classes. Magic Boost Cap has been removed, so good luck with that. Also, I have made a separate video with the new gear, skins and showing you the stats, so I'm not going to go through it, but I'm going to post this video at some point as well. With this patch, there is also a change in the way we can acquire the PvP sets, accessory and weapons from the previous patch. For instance, Primus Pilus level 55 requires only Azure medals and no more AP is required to be able to purchase them. Guardian Brigade General requires less AP. As you can see in the images below, I've put together the previous patch and the actual patch just so you can see the difference. The Arc Battlefield has been replaced with a new instance called Drenium Battlefield. You can only enter solo between 8 and 10 PM and every day, and factions will be mixed together. You receive points for killing enemy players, NPCs or neutral monsters for interacting with certain objects. You receive points in regular intervals after capturing the mining devices. 5 minutes and 30 seconds after the start of the battle, there will be a rift in each faction waiting area, which allows one person to teleport to the hidden mine to fight against one member of the opposing team to be able to gather the massive Drenium ore located in the hidden mine. 5 minutes and 30 seconds also after the start, a monster will spawn alot in the hidden mine. After the monster is defeated, it will spawn again in about 4 minutes and 30 seconds. If you kill alot, then you have a certain chance to receive Lady Lumiel's necklace and points, of course. 20 minutes and 30 seconds after the start, lunatic alot mob appears. It provides a more powerful buff and more points than the normal. The general, Drenium Battle General, will appear approximately 11 minutes and 30 seconds after the start of the battle. In order to get to him, the castle gates of the opposing team needs to be destroyed. If the Drenium Battle General of one of the two teams is defeated, the game ends and the scores are totaled up. The UI has been completely changed, as you have probably noticed in the sequences of my video. The font size in the HUD and interface has been changed. The resolution is now 16:9 aspect ratio. The HUD can be edited. As you can see, you can move all the icons around the screen and you can place them wherever it's more comfortable for you. The size of the compass can now be changed. Using the button on the top right of the compass, you can increase or decrease its size. More or less of the area is displayed depending on the size of the compass. The flight menu has been updated. Depending on the available flight time, the colors displayed around the edge of the compass changes. One complete circuit of the gorge equals 2 minutes. This change for me is definitely not pleasing, but it's all a matter of preference. There's a new feature in the wardrobe where you can add a hair change ticket to change your hairstyle. By default, you receive one slot and can be expanded with the expansion tickets, wardrobe or Kuna. Changing hairstyle consumes Kuna. Changing hairstyle keeps the character's existing dye and cannot be added twice in the wardrobe. If you delete your hairstyle, you have to be careful, you cannot restore it. Last but not least, we have a new hairstyle. It's Brawler's hairstyle, which you can use on any other class. You can choose this on the character customization screen as it shows in this sequence. There are a lot of other changes to the game with this new patch, guys. I can't get through all of them, so for all the other news, please read the patch notes document when this becomes available. Thank you for following me through, and I will see you in game. Bye bye!